Joining me to talk more about not just this case, but some of the data we just reported, Candice Delong, a retired FBI profiler and host of the Killer Psyche podcast. Thank you for being here. Are there fewer serial killers, or do we just not know about them yet?
I think humanity will always produce serial killers. It has in the past. There's no reason it won't now or in the future. The difference is now they get caught a lot sooner because of a variety of new technologies. They are caught, and therefore they don't have, sorry for this term, a body count of 20, 30, 40 victims before they're caught.
And DNA is the key piece of evidence in so many of these cases, even decades-old cases linking the killers to the crimes and to the victims. How has that advanced, and are they aware, trying to stay one step ahead of it?
It's tremendous. When I was with the FBI between 1980 and 2000, although DNA was pretty much discovered and began to be used for criminal cases in the late 80s, it was nowhere near what it is now. And now, of course, we have this genealogy, this genetic DNA that has led to, well, I think that's how they found the Golden State Killer. It wasn't his DNA from a pizza crust. It was, and also Koberger, the suspect in the Idaho case.
And what do we know about their psyche as you study it? What do serial killers have in common? What drives them to carry out these evil acts?
Most serial killings by male serial killers, and most of them are male, 99%, are fantasy driven. There's often a sexual component to what they're doing. They're living out a fantasy, a bad one, that they've had since they were in their early adolescence, if not sooner.
And do they want notoriety at some point or level? Do they want to get caught, right? They follow the news, as Rex Heuermann, the accused suspect in the Gilgo Beach murders. They're tracking what's being said about them and the investigations into the cases.
Yeah, a lot of them do like the news. Some of them actually communicate with newspapers and police, kind of a taunting kind of thing, like telling them how much they enjoyed killing their most recent victim. BTK, Dennis Rader of Wichita, Kansas, was noted for that. And some of them absolutely shun any possibility of being detected or the news. And, you know, I really don't think, Marni, anybody wants to be caught and go to prison for the rest of their life. But that is not to say they won't follow the news about what they are doing. They get a kick out of it.
Are they also arrogant to think they won't get caught, right? That even if they're very careful, that they might leave breadcrumbs behind that leads them to an arrest?
Most serial killers, and certainly the people that I have interviewed, both male and female killers, one of the things I've noticed about them is they tend to be narcissistic. And if somebody is narcissistic, they think anything they say and anything they do will fly. And so, yes, arrogance is a big part of you have to be a little narcissistic and arrogant to think you can commit a murder and not get caught, especially with today's technology.
Yeah. Candice, I'm out of time, but I did promise our viewers that I'd ask the one thing that people can do to stay safe, not be vulnerable and a target. Quickly, what would you say?
Sure. Most serial killers, a part of the fantasy is luring the victim to them. That's a part of the fantasy. So if somebody is ever trying to get you to go with them somewhere, you might want to think twice about doing that. My motto is never go. You don't know the person, you don't know them well. They're trying to get you to a car or something like that. In the case of a sex worker, that's a whole different thing because they're at very high risk to be victimized because they are going in a car or going with someone they do not know.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.